Here at the Masternodes, we are not making any claims as to income you may earn. Before entering any agreement, please use caution and seek the advice of a professional advisor, such as attorney or financial advisor.
Please ensure your own research is done before investing any money into the market. What is going on, guys? My name is Ryan Prendez. This is my business partner, Nestor Sanchez,
What's up, y'all?
and we are the Master Nodes. Thank y'all for tapping in with us. Much appreciated as always. Remember to follow our personal social media accounts to stay up to date with us. Mine is at Ride the Crypto Guy, and my boy's Nestor's is at Masternode1. Make sure y'all stay to the end to hear about some additional resources that we are going to provide you guys to get you guys a little bit more zoned into cryptocurrency. Today's topic is going to be just how technical analysis works, the 101, the basics. Hope you guys get a lot of valuable information out of this. But without further ado, I'm going to let my boy Nestor start it off.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. So, what is technical analysis? Technical analysis is the means of examining and predicting price movements in financial markets. You do this by using price charts and market statistics. And it's based on the idea that if a trader can identify previous market patterns, then they can form a fairly accurate prediction of what might happen in the future. So, if you're able to recognize these trends, you'll almost be able to read the market as if it was a book. The candles will start talking to you. You go a little crazy, but you're actually able to predict a little bit better on what has happened in the past and what could happen in the future.
So whenever looking at technical analysis, the first thing that you want to look at is candlesticks. And a candlestick is a type of price chart used in technical analysis that displays the high, low, open, and closing price of an asset in a specific period. Candlesticks reflect the impact of investors' emotions towards an asset price and are used by technical analysis to determine whether to enter or exit a trade. And the candlestick can actually be broken down like this. For this example, we're going to be using TradingView. TradingView is an excellent program that you guys could use if you guys want to become active traders to kind of see and determine markets, price, and movement. So we'll go ahead and bring this up right here. So this is on a daily basis, what the market kind of looks like day by day. You could change it in different intervals. Usually we look at the 1 day, the 4 hour, the 1 hour, and the 15 minutes. So for this example, we're using the date chart. Each candle represents 1 day in time. So for instance, this was December 21st. This would be December. Oh, I'm sorry. Each candle represents a day in time. So this would be December 4th, December 5th, December 6th, December 7th, December 8th, and so on. For this example, we're going to be looking at December 4th's candlestick. So you see these candles and you're like, what is this even? Like, why does this matter? How does this work? So the way to look at a candle is fairly easy. You have the candle body and the candle wick. The candle body is usually this rectangle right here that represents the opening or closing price for the day. The candle wick is usually the bottom of the bottom line that attaches to the body and the top line that attaches to the body. And these represent the highest and lowest prices for today, for that day. So we look at December 4th, the highest prices for that day. Sorry, I had the camera in the way. Was around $53,888. As we see for the lowest price for that day, dropped down to $44,074. And this is kind of just when you look at candlesticks, this is just kind of you see, what was it like that day trading? This was clearly a red day and was a red couple of days because the days before that, the market also closed at lower prices. So when a candlestick is red, that means it closed lower than the previous day. When a candlestick is green, that means it closed higher than the previous day. What I mean by closing essentially is that, compared to the day before, at the end of this day, the market was higher, or compared to the day before, at the end of this day, the market was lower. And that's kind of just how you look at candlesticks. As a side note, usually the larger candlesticks are kind of like trades that were influenced by major key players. So we're talking about whales, banks, corporations, hedge funds, etc. Retail investors don't usually leave a big impact on a candlestick such as this. Usually big trades like this, like I said, are represented by them because markets are controlled by investor emotions. And the biggest emotions to worry about are from banks, hedge funds, and corporations because they are controlled by a board of people that usually have access to ridiculous amounts of money. So
That's
whenever you
why
look, oh,
that's why they're kind of able to move the markets a lot, right? So
mhm,
that's where you get huge bouts of volume
right here.
when, yep, like that. It's parabolic. It went from one price point all the way down to another price point in one single day. So
Hmm.
that's a lot of volume, and that's something to be very aware of.
Hmm. Definitely.
So, and also going into that, you have support and resistance zones. All right, we're going to pull up some charts so it can show you guys a bit of support and resistance zones. And I'm going to be looking at the Bitcoin chart as well, Bitcoin USD. I'm going to
But
talk
that's on
about,
the 4 hour.
yeah, this is on the 4 hour chart.
Mhm. And it could be
So,
indicated in the left-hand corner where
yeah,
Nestor has
right
pointed.
here.
Hmm.
So support zones are zones where investors or traders feel like an asset is cheap or worthwhile to buy. There's more buying pressure, which causes the price to actually go up. So we can see some support lines right here. I'm gonna signal them by a rectangle because it's more of a zone rather than just one specific price point or one specific line. So you see right here, there's a lot of action. The market typically goes up at this point. You see there's a lot of buyers. It hits this point, immediately goes back up, hits this point, immediately goes back up. So it's actually supporting that price. And then you have something like a resistance zone where when it hits that price, typically the market goes down. So you have a zone like this where the market has hit that point, it's gone down, hit it again, gone down, hit it again, gone down. And this is kind of how we identify trades when they go up or down through these zones. Ryan was talking about trading like a bank, being like a bank. This is where banks make their moves and they have all their buy limit orders, sell limit orders, stop losses, and all that stuff. They're placing orders here to cause large volume, which causes the market to either go down or up. So we see support, we see resistance, and they kind of work together to create a channel. So this is where you could see, hey, Bitcoin is trading in between two price points. I'm going to be looking at these price points to either set my buys or my sells. And that's how you can make money with trading. Or you could even just do it to see what a good investment entrance could be. We see right here, there's a lot of support. So having a entrance right here would not be a bad thing. It could typically lead to more money because you are investing in a good spot technically.
Hmm.
And these different trends and stuff, we're learning about them all the time, but they could break, right? They're not too solid all the time. You know, when you have overall, we were in a really good bull run, right, with Bitcoin. And then we saw bad news from Russia. We saw more COVID cases, and that caused a lot of fear, and it broke the trend and caused a downtrend.
Hmm.
So these are not all set in stone, but these will help you make better informed decisions, and they could influence trades for you for the short term or the long term.
Yes, definitely. It's one thing you definitely want to consider when becoming a market analysis or technical analysis, because these are just some of the things that are going to help out in the future, determine, price movements or determine where you want to enter or exit a trade.
So we could see also um, support and resistance lines changing. So if a support line is broken, it becomes a new resistance line and vice versa. So we see right here, this used to be a support line. It used to cause a lot of up momentum because of the buying pressure. And it was also broken right here. So there was a break and it actually caused it to go down now. So there's a resistance here now. It used to be a support and it could flip right here. If it goes up, it could be now a new support line, which basically, these are basically zones where buyers and sellers, they look at for good price action.
Yeah. And one of the questions that we first had when looking at support and resistance zone was, do these zones kind of reflect on a general basis? Like, if I have a support and resistance zone on the 1 day chart, as Nestor's showing, is at the same support and resistance zone for, the 1 hour or for the 4 hour or for the 15 minutes. And that's kind of where top down analysis comes in. Let me go ahead and bring up my screen. So top down analysis is the top down approach that seeks to identify the big picture and all of its components. So as I was saying, you could look at different intervals depending on what you want to look at. Usually what we look at is the 1 day, 4 hour, 1 hour, and 15 minutes. For this example, we're going to start off with the 1 day for Bitcoin USD. So as we look right here, and Nestor kind of went over earlier, we're looking for, the high and support and resistance zone for Bitcoin USD. And looking at the 1 day, I could already see it right here. So the way to set that up is you would go to your brush. Instead of a brush, you would use a rectangle. From there, you would kind of eye out where you think the support and resistance zone are. For me, I think it's right here for the 1 day. Oh,
And one way you can kind of check to see if it's a support or resistance too is by how many contact points it has. So
mhm.
you could see your line went through 4 different types of contact points. And that's how you can see, okay, there's a lot of price movement there. That's where you would kind of set that good support or resistance line.
Yeah. And it doesn't necessarily have to be perfect. It's wherever you think the support and resistance lines are. There's not like kind of like an exact answer, but there is a way to confirm if your support and resistance lines are correct. And this is where top down analysis comes in. So as we're on the day chart, we look and we see, okay, this is kind of where I think the support and resistances are. I'm going to go ahead and confirm if that's correct. The support and resistances that you leave on here for the 1 day are going to transfer over when you move to other intervals. So from the 1 day, we move to the 4 hour. So we go to the 4 hour and we see, okay, it's kind of bouncing in between my support and resistance, and actually reaches my resistance line, hits it, and then immediately gets knocked back down to the support, breaks the support, and then goes back above the support. Um, and this is kind of just confirmation that, okay, on the 4 hour and the 1 day, it kind of matches up. Then we move to the 1 hour and we see, okay, it does the same thing. It's bouncing in between the price movements. And, that kind of confirms my support and resistance. Finally, we move down to the 15 minutes. Okay, cool. Same thing. It's kind of around my support area and then goes above and it's kind of breaking out to my resistance area. And this is just all based off of the 1 day trade that I told you guys to originally look at. Basically what you're doing is you're using this breakdown to see the macro trends and understand the overall market movement. Then you lower the time frames to get a look at the micro trends for inputting trades. This is kind of just a way to see, if there's any type of patterns or any type of trends that you're seeing with the market. And each market moves differently. Just because we're showing you guys Bitcoin USD does not mean it's the same movement for XRP USD or for Luna USD. Each market moves differently with different pairs. Even if you look at Bitcoin and USDT, it's it's different from Bitcoin USD, and it just depends on what market patterns you guys are looking at. If you guys ever have any questions, we actually are a part of an excellent program called IM Academy, where they actually teach you guys on how to recognize trend patterns, how to recognize market movements, how to actually input trades properly. So that way you guys could get a little bit more comfortable with doing your own trades and making money at the end of the day, because you can make money in a bear market or a bull market with cryptocurrency and with really a lot of assets, with leverage trading and with being a part of IM Academy. So if you guys are interested, just let us know. We can go ahead and tap y'all in.
Definitely. And what Ryan was saying too is like technical analysis is a skill. So it's something that you could bring to an Apple stock or even XRP or Bitcoin. All this technical analysis stuff, you can break down any type of chart, any type of market in any type of form. They may not move the same, but the support lines, resistance lines, that's everywhere. You have the candlesticks, that's how you can read any chart. So this can definitely help you in any type of endeavor you're doing when it comes to trading and investing. So using this is a skill that you can definitely learn and definitely be great at with time and practice. But that kind of wraps up today. So we appreciate you guys for coming through, listening to our podcast, learning about technical analysis. Remember to follow and subscribe to all of our social media accounts. Join our email list. We have Facebook, LinkedIn, TikTok, Twitter. Visual podcasts can be found on YouTube. Audio podcasts can be found on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Stitcher, Google Podcasts, and all your other favorite podcast sources. And as you know, we have a website, www.themasternodes.com, where you can sign up to our email list, get the latest and greatest cryptocurrency information. And we also have a Discord that we're dropping. It's for people who want to make money, who are money makers, who are interested in the growing cryptocurrency space, whether it's VR, NFTs, real estate, all that stuff. We want you guys to be a part of it, to learn about it, and join our Discord. If you want that link, you guys can always comment below or send us a DM, whichever. We will get you that invite link.
Yeah, and actually for the Discord, we're gonna be, as me and Nestor continue our technical analysis journey, we're actually gonna be doing shout outs and call outs for ideas or trade ideas that y'all could take yourselves on our Discord, and that'll be in our exclusive I Am Academy channel. So if you guys are interested in joining and being part of the journey with us, just let us know. And as I said earlier, y'all could join our I Am.
Yeah, guys, have a good one. Make sure to choose kindness and have a great day.
Thank y'all for joining. Much appreciated as always, and bless up.